carry me through. You know I love to have my way. Even then you always keep me safe. When I cry, you cry with me. You never forsake me and you never leave. Love me, hold me so tightly. Father, you bless me, keep everything I read. Now I go above you when I'm on your side. You protect your chosen, no compromising. No, love me, hold me so tightly. Your love is what I needed to come alive. You are my guide. Your love has rescued me, breaking chains and always setting me free. I rise above my enemies. Tell distractions, say my heart to flee. You know I love to have my way. Even then you always keep me safe. When I cry, you cry with me. You never forsake me, Lord, you never leave. You love me so me can't vex. Pass through the furnace, I never burn the ends. Me are the world champion, stamp on me chest. Woman who love God, that's a real empress. Love me, hold me so tightly. Yeah. Father, you bless me, keep everything I read. Now I go worry when I'm on your side. You protect your chosen, no compromising. Love me, hold me so tightly. Love me every day. Father, you blessing me, saving me, blessing me, forgiving me in every way. Lord, I thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Loving me every day.
Real,
I want the truth.
straight,
You can't handle the truth.
and fair.
I seek righteousness.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
It's Friday, everybody, and thank God it's Friday. And today, I suppose I have a guest in studio already with me, but he isn't here as yet. But I'm just getting you ready for the weekend. Relax yourself, spend time with your family. And yes, I want to say thank you to all our sponsor segments that went before. We want to say thank you to Kingdom Health with Mr. Brendas and also Empress Judy Natural Health. All right, we want to say thank you to them for being on our schedule every Friday. You can tune in right here and hear from them and experience what they would like to offer to you to keep you in good health and good care. Also, let me say thank you to Bruce Wayne and Miss Sharon Felix, who would have started debating today to keep us informed on what is happening current affairs-wise. So, you know, I'm going to do the same right after lunch. You need to be with me because we're going to do our weekend review and also we're going to talk about the issues that are happening, and we want to hear from Tobagonians. So if you have a Tobago family or friend, tell them to log on to the Street 99 FM Facebook or YouTube page, and when they log on, tell them to click subscribe and like, so that they can, you know, be informed and aware of what's going on and what we would like to know from them today on the situation that is happening in Tobago. That situation that's happening in Tobago is a talking point everywhere on all social media sites, from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. People are talking about the situation in Tobago. So, as I said before, I'm expecting a guest in studio, and I really hope that he does come, because we're going to talk about what's happening tomorrow in San Fernando. If you don't know, well, you will know. But there's something happening in San Fernando tomorrow at the Bowl.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street919FM.com.
Yeah! places they have never gone. But you identify with Trinbago, though is yet born. They say a key to moving forward is knowing the past. So we put our future last consistently, conveniently. We hide behind our history. So from indentureship and slavery, we can be free. While respect we must give to those who have lived in the motherlands before. Our DNA is just part, we are much more. That's why I say patriots are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our crisis will be identity. Our crisis will be identity. Our racial composition is merely our descent. The fabric of our nation comes from something more recent. Anywhere that you visit, as I'm sure you all will know, the indelible mark we leave is the essence of Trinbago. We've introduced steel band, chutney, calypso, limbo throughout the world. And yet some does move so cold to we own art. Some even say steel pan is strictly for blacks. Plus other alternative facts to tear us apart. While we all should be proud, standing up proud, and scream Trinbago aloud. But some rather have our gifts wrapped up in a shroud. So call them out. Patriots are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our crisis will be identity. Our crisis will be identity. As you only putting yourself in front of your nation, we don't like that. And giving lip service to patriotism, we don't like that. You're only securing your own family. And with children struggling for identity, we got to fight that. Come on. For the children, as in the culture of a nation is more than just tradition. It's years of socializing tied into a vision, a growing organism of a heritage built to last. But through our strange prism is viewed as the distant past. Beautiful art such as calypso has faced the brunt, while foreign music up front in we own space. Education has left us with cultural gaps, while reggae, dancehall and rappers taken its place. For carnival is to spend and waste money for a little taste, while most of the youths can't tell a Estonian face. What a disgrace! Are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our crisis will be identity.
Onto the street.
91.9 FM.
The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch. Our 60th independence celebrations continue with the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition. Come out and see TNT's Calypso Heavyweights vie for the grand prize of $200,000. Look out for the semifinals on September 17th at Naparima Bowl, San Fernando, and the finals on September 25th at the Grandstand, Queens Park, Savannah. Who will take the crown of the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch? Monarch. For more info, contact the Tuco head office at 623-9660 or follow us at Forging Flower TT on Facebook and Instagram. The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch.
Till a Valentine Day. 60 years and we going strong. Can't stop now. When we day like day. I'm here to celebrate this Twin Islands Day with a glorious chant worthy of your 60. Your toil and your toil take care of we while drilling oil. Also teaching we to put some seeds in the soil. You took we from the horrors on the plantation. You tell we with confidence, look we could build we own nation. You say things are going to be hard, you know. We ain't going to make it just so, but through hard work and dedication, we are all going to benefit if the vision we all embrace it. With each one helping another one. So let we all stand up for this nation. Let we stand up in jubilation. Hooray, hooray. Come let we sing hallelujah. We have persevered, look we made it. Even in times when they say we would quit. Hooray, hooray. Come let we sing hallelujah. So I say if you love your country, let's show it. If you are proud, sing it so let them know. Blessings on 60 with God, I know for sure. You on the road, and you see and 60 more. You on the road, and you see and 60 more. Don't be. Till a Valentine Day. Whoa. You I congratulate. For you always demonstrate your strength, courage, and dignity. Over the years, so industrious, people driven and people focused. Never once you ever gave up on us. So many differences Trinbago had to deal with. Races, religions, creed, and class, we simply embrace it. And no difference we are, yes, you and I. Cause we don't always see eye to eye. But that aside, our limit is the sky. Cause if I work with you and you work with me, Nelson say all our we is one family. So we go shake, but we would never break. So let we all stand up for this nation. Let we stand up in jubilation. Hooray, hooray. Come let we sing hallelujah. We have persevered, look we make it. Even in times when they say we would quit. Hooray, hooray. Come let we sing hallelujah. If you love your country, come show it. If you are proud, stand up and let them know it. Hallelujah. I say you are so worthy. Blessings on 60. Yes, I know for sure. We on the road to see and 60 more. We on the road to see and 60 more. Love I did. Hope we did like day. You never hesitate to reiterate that we are and would always be great. I cut above the rest and simply there is no contest. That on any day we could stand toe to toe with the rest. Education, sports and culture, man, you name it. Science, technology, beauty and all we have it. And for a nation that is as small as we, ambition flows abundantly. Look and see how the anti shining brightly. Cause with our heads held high we could stand and boast. Raise our glasses and take a toast. To be dismayed, we have plenty more on the way. So let we all stand up for this nation. Let we stand up in jubilation.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Pleasant good day, Trinidad and Tobago, and to all my loyal listeners. It's a pleasure being here once again. And today we give God thanks and praise for life, for health, for strength. And we're going to be dealing with intellectual health, right, and occupational health. So our topic today, we have courses and programs that we're about to start, and we're looking at massage, introduction to medical massage. What is Introduction to Medical Massage? Introduction to Medical Massage, it's an 8 weeks class. It's on a Saturday from 9 to 11, so it's 8 Saturdays. And you're going to be learning how to do massages using the cupping method, You're going to be doing Swedish massage. We're going to be doing deep tissue massages. You'll be doing massages for people who have strokes, who end up with lordosis, kyphosis, scoliosis, those who have fibromyalgia, those who have it. Massage also helps with reducing and controlling your blood pressure and your sugar. So you're going to be doing massages for that, massages for poor circulation. So it's a hands-on practical class. When you finish, you can start your own business, have your own, and especially these days, which a lot of people are getting strokes or the COVID and so many different illnesses, okay? So you can do that class. Then we also have our patient care assistant program, and that patient care assistant program, you get 3 certificates in one. So you get the patient care certificate, you also get introduction to medical massage, and you also get first aid CPR certificate. So at the end of the class, you have 3 certificates. Right? Our PCA course is the only PCA course in Trinidad and Tobago which part our students learn to massage for various ailments. So they're going to be learning to do the massages, right? The introduction to medical massage. So they will be also attending the classes on a Saturday so that they will learn to deal with all those types of patients. Also, they do nutrition in the life cycle. So they learn to prepare menus and meals for various ailments. People who have diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, who have strokes, who have kidney patients, they learn to prepare meals for these patients. So our patient care students have the edge. So they learn different things, not just to bathe a patient and turn the patient and clean the patient. That is not what it's all about. They do introduction to psychology. They also do their occupational physical therapy. They do the introduction to medical massage. They do nutrition in the life cycle. That is what our patient care students do. And our course is very cheap and reasonable at this time, right? So we have a payment plan, which is 3 payments of $600. So at the end of each month, you only pay $600. And all you do to start the class is $300 registration fee. So you start with 3 registration fee, and then at the end of each month, you pay $600. So you make it very affordable so that you can be able to acquire a skill and start a career. Those who now finish in secondary school, or they don't have to have any certificate, any CXC. So you know your daughter, your son, or your want to go on to become an EMT, okay, our patient care students, at the end of it, they work in the hospitals, in the health centers as a PCA in the various regions, so they're going to follow the form. So yes, you can call us to find out more information. All right, when the class is going to start, check us on our Facebook page and our WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp us at 336-4935, 336-4935 for further information concerning the introduction to medical massage or the patient care system program. We also have other courses. The clinical nutrition course, that's a diploma from England, and it's 1 year. We also have the advanced massage course, which is also a 1-year program. We also have the herbalist course, which is a 1-year program. And these all courses have their theory and their practicals, because we believe that you need not just know the things in theory, but being able to know how to do it practical wise. So in our herbalist course, we actually have our students learn to plant out all the various herbs, and then they learn how to dry the herbs, grind the herbs, create different balms, oils, different powders, different capsules. Right? You have no age, and these classes are online classes. Our 1-year diploma classes are online. You only come out from when you have the practicals, and that will be when we work as a group. We will say what day and time for the practicals that is convenient for everyone. So call to find out more information concerning our products. products, our courses. Okay, so people, stay healthy, stay blessed, stay fit.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
The Street 919 FM.
The only radio station bringing perfect balance between entertainment and talk. Updating you with current affairs and social issues.
So what, we should just sit down and take the foolishness that's being meted out because of all you feel that all you're real bad?
Right? Unlike his situation that I don't even want to go back and bring up and highlight.
You don't have a good record where that is concerned?
Having you in the loop with trends and entertainment. Providing music that lives on.
Darling, I feel the disco.
And spiritual food for the body, mind, and soul.
Satan so old face. Enough taking that.
The Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
The steel pan, the only musical instrument invented in the 20th century, is a reflection of the perseverance and innovativeness of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, which have always been central to our development as a nation. And the steel pan story epitomizes this, carved out of life and struggle and determination, rising out of the spirit of the African drum. The steel pan stands today as evidence of innovativeness, creativity, and passion for life integral to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Kwesi Paul. Join me each and every Sunday from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight on the Street 91.9 FM.
Blessings in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Nikki Garcia, and you are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here, Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Tune into the Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, health and healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent's Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the street, 919 FM.
Good, that boat ride looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat ride look like it's as well.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com.
News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, maxi taxi robbed by two people posing as passengers. Police investigate $67,000 theft from delivery van. School fight between two students leave one unconscious. And internationally, companies expect climate change to cost them $1 trillion in the next 5 years. And now the news in detail. Two men posing as passengers in a maxi taxi robbed 6 people, including the driver, of cash and valuables on Wednesday night. The 39-year-old driver of Emerald Circular Bon Air Gardens, Aruca, was reportedly plying his maxi along the priority bus route around 8 p.m. when he picked up two men in the vicinity of 10th Avenue, Barataria. Upon reaching Maloney Street Extension near the Arangua Savannah, one of the suspects stopped the maxi and pulled out a gun from a brown bag he had been clutching, which he pointed at the driver. The driver was robbed of a Samsung cell phone valued at approximately $500 in cash. One of the bandits also robbed a 19-year-old man of Weeks Trace, Mission Road, San Juan, of a gold chain, a cell phone, and $77 in cash. The second bandit robbed the remaining passengers of a quantity of cash and valuables, including their cell phones. Police are investigating the theft of over $67,000 in cash after a delivery driver left his vehicle unattended for 5 minutes and returned to find the bag of money missing. The 38-year-old driver of Maloney Gardens, Dabadi and Priscaland's Eastern Quarry in Laventille is employed with a company whose head office is based at the San Fernando compound at the Fernandez compound in Laventille. The driver reported that he parked the vehicle in front of the office around 2:20 p.m. on Wednesday and left the doors unlocked as he went in to drop off some paperwork. He told police he left the plastic bag containing the money in cash on the floor of the front passenger side, and upon his return at 2:25 p.m., the bag was missing. Investigators have requested CCTV footage from the Operations Command Center in a bid to identify and locate the suspect or suspects in this robbery. Meanwhile, the driver's van was processed for fingerprints, while call logging of his phone and a detailed GPS readout was also requested from the TTPS's cybercrime unit. Police are investigating a school fight at the Shagwana South Secondary School that left one student unconscious. Video footage of the fight between two girls has surfaced on social media. Education Minister Dr. Nan Gatsby Dolly said the student was treated at a public health facility. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Shagwanas East, Vandana Mohit, strongly condemned violence at the secondary school and commended the early intervention of the police. She also requested a small token of appreciation for the boys seen in the video helping the unconscious student. Internationally, as climate change pushes weather disasters to new extremes, some of the world's biggest companies, representing nearly US $17 trillion on the market, have said damages will cost their businesses almost $1 trillion, likely to hit within the next 5 years. This was revealed in a groundbreaking new report that said deadly floods in Pakistan, scorching heat and wildfires in the US West, torrential rains in Australia and Indonesia, a mega drought in Brazil and Argentina, and many more climate disasters to come will change the world and will cost the big companies $1 trillion to cover damages caused by these changes in weather patterns. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. Recapping the headlines: maxi taxi robbed by 2 people posing as passengers. Police investigate $67,000 theft from delivery van. School fight between 2 students leaves 1 unconscious. And internationally, companies expect climate change to cost them $1 trillion within the next 5 years. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
There's no better way in this world for peace and total rest. Tried and tested, Christ's way is the best. No philosophy, no creed could ever supersede what the Holy Bible, wonderful oracle, showing the people. Oh yeah, and 2 shall be in the field, 1 shall be taken. Oh yeah, 2 shall be at the wheel, only 1 will fly. Every stone shall be upturned and false doctrine shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high. Yeah, the Father never needed religion or systems of it. His word stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's promises changes never, and true government is when God leads the leader. Lead them on, yeah. True government is when God leads my leaders. Oh, oh yeah. Serious thing now. Well, hear the message in the rhythm. Oh yeah. Problem number 1 is so plain and simple. Religion, it has sentenced God to death. With falsehood and folly, they blindfold simple people for power and the profit that they get. Some would burn you at the stake, rack you and wheel you out for mere denial or even doubt. With violence and bribery they try, is your soul they want to buy. But Jesus said, come freely, all who labor and are weary, come rest in me. Christ say, rest in me. And I say, 2 shall be in the field, 1 shall be chosen. Oh, magicians, musicians, politicians, atheists, etc. Deny God or decide to just patronize. Hey, they tolerate Christianity as just a social matter. To bury, for marriage, and to baptize. Hey man, check the first two presidents of the United States of America. They were Orthodox, practicing Christians, because the mysteries of God's plan are nonsense to carnal man. The master say walk by faith, never to extrapolate, cause he's too great. I know he's too great, and I say two shall be in the field, one shall be chosen. Yeah, yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false government shaken to the root, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth. No, his word stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's statutes changes never. Oh man, true government is when God leading the leader, instructing the leader. We want a government that's tried and true to represent me and you from the Christian crew. Without a word from God, what we gonna do? We want a man from the chosen few. Oh, 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 oh. Somebody love somebody. This when God leads the leader. It was always true messengers of God's salvation who ruled over the earth's political fate. Oh yeah, but now thanks to the emergence of secular humanism, they separating the church from the state. Ask King David, Joshua, Samuel, Solomon, all these great folks. They knew government without God is guesswork. Without prophetic words to guide, the leader bound to slip and slide. So you know when all is said and done, they got to know the Holy One to lead my generation, my congregation. Two shall walk in the field, one shall be chosen. Yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false doctrine shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth. No, 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 his word stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's promises changes never. No man true government is when God leading the leader, he leading the region, he leading my nation, my generation, with a word for reformation. Oh, 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 oh. Me what the congregation sing, yeah, true government is when God leads my leader. When Jehovah Nissi in charge of it, we go have a brighter future for we generations, for we children, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
Entertainment, information, conversation. All on Street 91.9 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
Many claim that they are Indian, but to India they've never been. Many say they are African, but African they've never seen. Quickly identified with places they have never gone, but you identify with Trinbago, though is here the born. They say a key to moving forward is knowing the past, so we put our future last consistently. Conveniently, we hide behind our history. So from indentureship and slavery, we can be free. While respect we must give to those who have lived in the motherlands before. much more. That's why I say patriots are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our crisis will be identity. Our crisis will be identity. Our racial composition is merely our descent. The fabric of our nation comes from something more recent. Anywhere that you visit, as I'm sure you all will know, the indelible mark we leave things, the essence of Trinbago. We've introduced steel band, chutney, calypso, limbo throughout the world, and yet some does move so cold to we own art. Some even say steel pan is strictly for blacks. Plus other alternative facts to tear us apart. While we all should be proud, standing up proud, and scream Trinbago aloud, but some rather have our gifts wrapped up in a shroud. So call them out. Patriots are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our crisis will be identity. Our crisis will be identity. As you only putting yourself in front of your nation, we don't like that. And giving lip service to patriotism, we don't like that. You're only securing your own family. And with children struggling for identity, we got to fight that. Come on. For the children, as in the culture of a nation is more than just tradition. It's years of socializing tied into a vision, a growing organism of a heritage built to last. But through our strange prism is viewed as the distant past. Beautiful art such as calypso has faced the brunt, while foreign music up front in we own space. Education has left us with cultural gaps, while reggae, dancehall and rappers taken its place. For carnival is just turn and waste money for a little taste, while most of the youth can't tell a Caisonian face. What a disgrace! Are not born, they are made. Country first, we must decree. Until that day, then it is plain to see. Our Christ.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago, thank you for being with me. I know that you all have been patiently waiting for my guest to be here with me today, and he is here today with me. And don't say nothing, you wait. You wait right there. So we say good afternoon. Yeah, I done any show here. You ain't nothing to say yet. Let me say good afternoon to my people locked on from New Jersey.
To the street. 91.9 FM.
Right, so let me say good afternoon to my people locked on from New Jersey who are locked on, people from the UK who are locked on. All right, good afternoon to everybody who are on the street 919 FM. And on this Saturday, let me just remind you.
The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch. Our 60th independence celebrations continue with the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition. Come out and see TNT's Calypso Heavyweights vie for the grand prize of $200,000. Look out for the semifinals on September 17th at Naparima Bowl, San Fernando, and the finals on September 25th at the Grandstand, Queens Park, Savannah. Who will take the crown of the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch? For more info, contact the Tuco head office at 623-9660 or follow us at Forging Forward TT on Facebook and Instagram. The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch.
Right, so we back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. Look, you see, that's why you had to come on the street and you, you're so surprised about what it is you're seeing. It's here, you have to be. Good afternoon, Mr. Chucky.
Good afternoon, sir.
That name Chucky. You're fright when I say that name.
You TTV yourself and you don't say nothing. You're lucky you're inside your space. Me outside on the street, the real street.
Put your hand to your side, you're Chucky in the mic.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chucky.
All your lovely, loyal, wonderful listeners.
Yeah, keep your hand to your side.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Move your hand.
And across the globe.
Right.
We inside.
We inside. So, Mr. Chucky, how are you?
I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question a long time, you know. I think I'm going to ask you.
Well, actually, before you go there, the official name is Chuck Gordon.
How you get that name?
Well, you know they're saying Kaiso. You don't get yourself a name, you know. People just give you a sobriquet. That's how a sobriquet is bestowed upon an individual.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. When you hear stories about Kitchener and where you get your name from.
Yeah, Sparrow.
Yeah, and Valentino. Valentino is a man that's giving me this story all the time. His Kitchener gave me sobriquet. So it just go.
All right.
So I get a name since I was in school and I was interested in singing calypso. And then fellas say, boy, you have to go with that name, you know. Yeah. Well, it's just because I was very short. Diminutive is the word, but you know how the Jamaicans just say little but talawa. Yeah, so that was the vibration with that.
All right. So you are in the studio here to talk about this 60th Diamond Jubilee Monarch competition, Calypso competition. So Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition that is happening this Saturday at Naparima Bowl.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're taking part in the competition?
Yes, man. Singing in position number 4.
Number 4.
The show starts at 4.
Yeah, and you're singing at
number 4. Yeah, man.
Right. So how you came about that, Bell? I played this song was about 3 times already for the day.
I appreciate the love.
I want to answer him, don't say that to me. I want to answer him. I would play more of your music if you would send it.
Robert have everything. Everything is there. Anyway, we digress. We digress.
So we don't go there. So you're singing at number 4. Right. How are you going about writing this song, first of all? This song, as I told you, my aunt was talking to me about this song. You know,
yes, we could discuss your aunt's perspective.
No, I'm not going to discuss. I don't want to get a phone call.
Well, I like the conversation because the purpose of the calypso is to bring about such conversations.
Well, let's have the conversation.
Yeah. Well, identity. The concept was originally brought to me by a guy, a young writer. His name is Marvin Mason.
Where Marvin is from?
Marvin from Trinidad.
No, where?
Where in Trinidad? Yeah. If I tell you, I don't know. I never meet him fella in person, but we just collaborate over the past couple of months via the phone, email. So he sent me the idea and we massaged it over a couple of months. Now, this song wasn't really intending for the competition because I wasn't aware
of the competition.
Yeah, that was in April. But I had it to form part of a production that I'm working on. And then I realized, hey, I could work with this in the competition. And it's something that I think is a timely message in terms of the concept. I, which is self, then, which is before, TT. Which is Trinidad and Tobago. So I, then TT. Self before country.
You serious?
Yeah, that's the concept.
Self before country.
I, then TT.
Trinidad some dangerous grounds there.
That's right, yeah.
But people that say party before country, you know.
That party before country is subsumed in the identity. Self before country. That part of the dynamic.
Okay.
So when you exhibiting party before country, you're exhibiting self before country as well, and that is part of the challenge. Yeah, and that affects our ability to form identity.
So, talk to me. So you have now given us the concept of how this song came about.
Right.
So there are some lyrics in this song that some people will have little issues with.
Yes, no problem.
When you're telling me to drop I've never been to Africa.
Right.
I don't know what Africa look like. You have never been to India. Leave these identities alone and grab hold of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right.
Talk to me.
So I correct that statement. Your perspective you just expressed there. I corrected that in the last 3 lines in the first verse, which says, while respect we must give to those who have lived in the motherlands before. So we're giving respect. We're not saying to drop your tradition, because that is part of who you are, particularly for those who were able to hold on to it as opposed to others. And we're talking about the distinction between the slave and the indentureship experience. Right? But we're not saying to drop it at all, but we're saying what makes us unique is a Trinbago experience where we have evolved certain traditions, certain art forms and characteristics that make us who we are. And we need to form and as the chorus says, decree country first, which is an identity of Trinidad and Tobago that will make us who we are. And in other words, the diversity represents everybody in the one. And that is the concept that we're working with.
So let me ask you then, what is Trinidad and Tobago identity? What if you were to capsule in 2 minutes or less Trinidad and Tobago identity? Because I was sharing with Robert and Day this morning, and I was listening to our pastor, and he said to me that what we think is culture is not culture.
Yes.
Some people think culture is jam and wine,
right,
and the roti, and the bus up shot, and the pilau, and that's not our culture. And he was saying to me what he personally believe our culture is. What you would say to that?
One of the things I just mentioned is the diversity and the ability to share all that we are in the one, but also the art forms that evolve here. It represents our ability to create out of nothing, to have very little resources, and have the imaginative capacity to come up with these things. So the art forms, the pan, the chutney, the kaiso, the limbo, they're all just simple representations, performative representations of the process of creativity. And that is a central part of identity, which will allow us now to see our problems in a particular context and come up with our own solutions and not rely on external influences.
I hear you.
And that is a challenge that we're facing today in terms of governance, in terms of our structures, in terms of education. We need to find our own solutions that could work in our interests.
But while I hear you and I accept what you're saying, but I also believe that if something is working for another community, there are times we can take some patterns or take some things, examples from them, because I look at people always draw examples of other ethnic groups, why they succeed, why they are so different to the African groups, and if we were to take this and we were to take that, and to be quite honest, some of the things that they're telling us to take, we came with it,
right?
You understand? It's just we fail to practice it. But my thing has always, as I said to you, is that we have to now reach that place where, as you said in your song, we have to come together and believe in ourselves and in our identity.
And I can accept that as well in terms of observing external development and say, all right, let's see what they have done. But it is important for us to be able to adapt it to our own experience.
Yes, beautiful.
Beautiful. You know.
And those are discussions that people need to have all the time, and not sometimes. Not only when you write a calypso like this. You could run in the studio and talk this and all. You could come and talk it.
Of course.
On all the time.
In Coleman,
no, I'm not gonna.
You know, and just on the final point, I have an old man partner. He says when he was growing up, he had exposure to everybody, Syrians, Chinese, East Indians. He said, I take a little bit from everybody, and I made my own self out of those experiences.
Right.
And it's like a famed East Indian poet, Ravi G. He says, it is critical that we observe our neighbors, because that is where we can truly find ourselves. So we have to observe each other, what's happening around, you know, not pulling in your own corner and saying, nah, they me, and securing your own interests. If you really want to solve problems, that is the kind of approach I think we have to take.
So this competition, I see you coming, you're going hard at it.
Well, I'm going hard with my song partner. I believe in the product that I'm doing, but the competition is just a product of the ability to do it.
No, Chucky, I don't believe in that. And after 2 years...
Well, if I tell you this is only 3 weeks ago, we know what this competition is. So is that to say that?
Look, I hear you, you know.
But you're going to the competition to do well, obviously.
Of course.
To do well, of course.
And now, after 2 years of the pandemic,
right,
and the place has opened up, as we can see, and people are now coming out to experience what they were missing in all the 2 years. My question to you is, what can people expect on Saturday, well, tomorrow?
Well,
position number 4. What can I expect from Chucky, who I haven't seen on a stage for 2 years? You know, this adrenaline rush. I have to see with Chucky. Well, you're older Chucky,
That's all right.
You know, what can I expect?
Our next old man partner, he say Kaiso is a performing art. So look for performance, delivery, theater.
Theater. Proper theater.
Theater.
Proper
theater. That's part of the thing too, because we have to bring life to the message.
Right.
Because it's not just as I say, I want to make this very clear. It's not just a composition song. This is a message that I totally believe in. You know, so and it's people might say, well, it's a Jubilee competition. I mean, you ain't touching on the Jubilee, but is a message that I think. Watch Google.
I want to hear. People said that.
Some people might say that, but
no, but you took the history. You brought us to where we are today.
But it is nation building.
Yeah, it is nation. But even though you didn't mention Jubilee in the song, you took us from where we came from to where we are now. That's why we're celebrating that Jubilee.
Yeah, but for the potential, Nisiyas, I go mention Jubilee for you. Don't worry.
So wait now. So they can look for a new verse.
Some so.
Okay. Yes, the competition people listening. It have the ones who locked on all the time.
No. My lips are sealed.
Boy. I'm gonna do something.
Now, but the competition really stiff.
Right.
The lineup.
Where's the lineup? You have the lineup there for me? Let's give the people a touch of the lineup.
For sure. Let me pull it up very, very quickly.
Yeah, I want to hear who's the lineup here now. Trinidad and Tobago, if you don't know, well, now you will know. You know.
Right. So the order of appearance for tomorrow. Position number 1, Miguel Simon.
Right, I know Miguel.
Right.
Also a teacher.
Yes, correct. She has an article in the Express, I believe, today.
Okay.
Yeah, written by Michelle Lubon, so you can check out that. Dwayne O'Connor, this is Tazea O'Connor, as the son of Big Dwayne O'Connor.
Okay.
Position number 2. Karina Shane, position number 3.
Well.
Your girl.
That's a low blow, Chucky. You come get that one. Wait. That's the word on the street.
On the street. The street, right? 91.9. That's right, number 3. Number 4, yours truly. In position number 5, senior, Dwayne O'Connor. Position number 6, Aaron Duncan. Number 7, Brian London. Number 8, Victoria Cooper, sobriquet Queen Victoria. Number 9, Mark Eastman. Then you have Eunice Peters in position number 10. 11, Myron Bruce. Number 12, two-time Calypso Monarch Moral Peters, King Luther. You have a new entrant in position number 13, Bethany Lightborn, sobriquet Trinity.
Okay.
Right, I believe she's the youngest female in the competition. Then you have Michelle Henry in position number 14.
I'm a family boy, but go ahead.
All right.
I ain't got a music boy. They send me the music boy. Go ahead.
All right. Black Sage in position number 15 as the extempo champ. Position number 16, you have Sean Daniel. 17, the psalmist boy.
Yeah, my boy, Sean.
Yeah, my boy too.
Okay, go ahead.
So Mika Darius, position number 17. 18, Karen Eccles. Number 19, Heaven Charles, also known as Sneaky. And bringing up the rear, Nicholas Lucas in position number 20.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Tough lineup, man.
Tough lineup is right. Tough lineup. I'm going to pull this down here. Right.
Oh, God. You're fighting, boy. You're going on at all, boy.
So, you know, there's a saying, before we wind up, there's a saying. Now, when you're so early up in the game, right? The musicians lip something and really season properly to give you your want. That's true. The fingers they really get a nice little. Well, talk to me. That's true. That's just.
Yeah. But I also believe that in a competition like this, any number is a good number.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if the musicians falter a little bit in the early phases, you have to bring your A game in terms of performance.
Right.
Yeah, I see men performing in position number 1 in Skinner Park and walk straight into the finals, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Men perform last and walk through, So, any number is a good number. So it's a tough lineup. I think everybody is very experienced, quality performers here. So may the best 10 go forward.
The best 10 go forward.
Yeah,
and I hope when you get in the best 10, you let me know you're in the best 10.
Right.
And when you reach in the finals.
Right.
Yes, and you're with and you're.
Put it out there, you say it,
I didn't see your reaction, But I wish you all the best, my brother.
Thanks, man. I
hope you come in the first 3. I'll drink a Malta.
All right, no problem.
You know what I mean? But
meet you by pie. And you go fix that.
All right, so it was nice having you, sir. You put it for business. It's nice having you, man.
It's a pleasure.
So Trinidad and Tobago this Saturday, what time does it start?
Showtime's 4 p.m. Naparima Bowl. Tickets are only $60. And my understanding is that they're using both sides of Naparima Bowl, so it's the amphitheater and the auditorium.
Okay.
So you're expecting a large gathering. So be early, 4 p.m. Only $60. Naparima Bowl. Calypso Jubilee Monarch.
Wow. In South.
22.
In South, boy. South.
Easy vibes.
That was from it.
Right. Oh, he really had a South energy about it,
See your mama guy talk. Trinidad and Tobago, Chucky Gordon on the street now. 9 FM. Was nice having you, man.
Thank you for having me. And all the beautiful listeners, you have a good one. Wow. Happy Independence to Republic. Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Happy Independence. And part of the season of reflection. Give thanks. It's the vibes.
So you come and talk a little talk with me sometime?
Of course. I have plenty of things.
You have opposing views, but
yeah, that's all right.
You can work it out.
As one of the people who I started to study recently, Lloyd Best, says the talk is the walk, at least initially.
Yeah.
The talk is the walk.
That's a good catchment phrase to go with,
Yeah.
The talk is the walk.
You can make a program out of it, man.
Have a good afternoon.
The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch. Our 60th Independence celebrations continue with the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition. Come out and see TNT's Calypso Heavyweights vie for the grand prize of $200,000. Look out for the semifinals on September 17th at Naparima Bowl, San Fernando, and the finals on September 25th at the Grandstand, Queens Park, Savannah. Who will take the crown of the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch? For more info, contact the Tuco head office at 623-9660 or follow us at Forging Forward TT on Facebook and Instagram. The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch.
invincible till the end. Yes, forever diamond, indestructible till the end. Diamonds are forever and ever. This jubilee, diamonds are forever. 60 years, storm and heavy weather, but it's plenty prayers keeping us together. Of every hue, folks of all description, Muslim too, plus Hindu and Christian. Blessed with heart and zeal, like pan we are made from steel. We aspire always to achieve. Had our setbacks too, riot to attempt it coup, but we shall reach the mountain top. I do believe, yeah. We got to keep on shining forever. In the fires of hope and prayer, we were forged, my friend. Tell all them doomsday prophet, this is just starting. Not all is doom and gloom as they do pretend. And to rebuild this nation, every train may go on. This land that we say we love, we must all defend. And once we stay together, divided never will be forever. Diamond, invincible till the end. Yes, forever diamond, resilient to the end. Diamonds are forever and ever. This jubilee, diamonds are forever. Like the James Bond movie said, diamonds are forever and ever. But I hear some doubters pray we will make it never. And they organize each day with such precision. These agents of mayhem and division, standing side by side, equal as groom and bride. Tobago you can't find for divorce. So warn all them Lord and Duke, secession we now rebuke. Unity is our best resource. Yeah. Got to keep on shining forever. It's not the end of the road, this is just a bend. Tell them political bandits behave just a bit. The white collar crime we must apprehend. And to rebuild this nation, every trade may come. This land that we claim to love, we must now defend. And once we stay together, divided, we'll be forever diamond, invincible till the end. Yeah, yeah, yes, forever diamond, indestructible till the end. Yes, TNT, diamonds are forever and ever. This jubilee, diamonds are forever. 60 years, time for celebration. But tell me now, are we a match on nation? Independence, right?
Diamonds Are Forever. That's Miss Karina Shea, and that is her selection for the upcoming competition. All right, Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition. So, Trinidad and Tobago, let's get straight into it. You know what I mean? Let's get straight into the discussion for today. As I said to you, I'm still waiting to hear from the opposition leader and remarks made by her response to remarks made by one of her older men. All right, and we're waiting to hear what is Miss Sessa position on it. What does she has to say about it? And it's interesting, very interesting, the silence that is emanating from the camp of the UNC where this is concerned. All right, we still need to hear from Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bissessa where that is concerned. Well, the situation with Fali and Watson Duke has gotten worse. Even though yesterday I would have played for you the chairman of the PDP saying that, they are going to meet and talk about it. All right, they're going to meet and talk about what is going on. What is going on in the camp, and try to bring some resolution to it. Clearly, we realize that was just a front. That was a PR stunt. Right? Most of you may not agree with me, but it's a fact. I believe that it's a PR stunt because clearly what is happening now in the PDP does not reflect what the chairman would have said to us yesterday. The chairman yesterday would have given us a viewpoint that Mr. Tabakit would have pushed out there, which is, it's in the best interest of the party that these two persons come together and bring some sort of resolution to the conflict. My question today, and I'm keep asking, and I will keep asking, my question today, Trinidad and Tobago, is how could a political leader of a party, Watson Duke, separate himself from his party in the sense of what he's saying, and we're trying to make sense of it. You're saying that you are not getting into any argument or fight. You're not getting into any argument or fight with Mr. Fali. But we're not understanding your position, Mr. Duke, because you are now telling the nation that you are no longer in getting yourself entrapped or involved in the situation that is at hand. Right? I am questioning now more than ever, what is your position, Duke? What is it? Are you going to be the minority leader? That is one of the questions too that persons are asking. Are you going to be the minority leader, Mr. Duke? What are you going to be? What is all this discussion about? Where is this going, Mr. Watson Solomon Duke? How are we to evaluate what is happening in the PDP? How can we evaluate what is happening in the PDP? You see, there are so many unanswered questions, and sometimes you wonder, where is the media in all of this? Why is the media not being clear on asking Duke to be very clear on statements that he has been making? So now we have a situation where Watson Duke is saying, you know what, I quit. But he quit, and where do we stand now? He quit, and we is it that nobody in Tobago is strong enough to stand and say that there is a constitutional crisis in the Tobago House of Assembly? How the political leader of a party could quit? Nobody has anything to say, boy. Yeah? Nobody have anything to say. This man has just quit. Where do we go? How do we move from here? How? But again, we as a nation, have we reached to, is this the place where we really expected to reach with Watson Duke and Fally? Well, let me play for you Mr. Watson Duke. Listen to this by Mr. Watson Solomon Duke. Right? Come on the live. Remember, you can join me on the Street 919 FM Facebook page and on Iwer TV YouTube page. Listen to Mr. Watson Solomon Duke.
Each other's presence or engage each other. Today is an important day. Today marks 1 week since Father Augustine and friends have sought to bring Tobagonians to a point where they become concerned. And I say that because they have become grave concern in the affairs of Tobago based on his utterances. How could a humanitarian cry and appeal to the THA to recognize 27 Tobagonians in New York who were challenged for food? How did that cry result in a week of activities that saw Tobagonians around the world and Trinidadians become extremely afraid and experience pain in their heart, pain in their mind that affected their sleep and their daily lives? Today's 1 week, and I think today's a day when we should do something about it. Today is Fix It Day. I, as the political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, a party I founded in 2015, must take leadership. The PDP has been an extremely successful political organization, not only in Tobago, but it has become an icon of resistance and success among all political organizations and aspirants in the region. I dare to say that the PDP is at one mind today. The PDP is at one focus today.
Something wrong. At least somebody needs to call in some kind of psychological evaluator, because what he's saying there and what we hearing, two different things.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Here at Land Capital Certificates, we provide opportunities for your money to make money. We all know saving is important, but saving alone won't get you to your financial goals. And let's face it, the bank doesn't have your best interest in mind. So this is your wake-up call. Do you have $1 million saved? Then contact us today. Sponsor Limited. Call 324-LENN. That's 324-LENN.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana will be on the Street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 5 p.m., bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi present Reggae and Rockers. On board the Embassy Yacht on September 24th, Republic Night. Boarding 10 p.m. and sailing at 11 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on. With top DJs, Selector Kutchi, Bruce Wayne, TC, and Heavy Duty. Early bird tickets cost $150. After that, you pay more, $175. For tickets, call Selector Kutchi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. Reggae and Rockers Republic Night. No oversized coolers allowed. Don't miss it.
Looking for me in a reggae party, me get me at the corner.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution, with over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy. We specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marvel Road, 91.9. Our services start from, 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a T-I-M-E time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.9 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maribel.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon. Right here on the street 919 FM.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Good about that looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again. The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's as well.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All Night Prayer Live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Nothing can stop my praise. Nothing can stop my praise. Nothing can stop my praise. Tonight is the night I give in my everything. I'm not holding back my praise. No, no, no. Without a doubt, the chains and shackles will fall. 'Cause I've given my all. Oh, since I'm born again, there's a joy inside of me. I can't hide it no more. Look how I'm dancing. Look how I'm praising. Look how I'm shouting with my highest praise. And I'm all in. Hallelujah. 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 With my two hands in the air and I'm going on and on. On and on. Oh, nothing can stop my praise. Nothing can stop my praise. On and on. On and on. Oh, nothing can stop my praise. Nothing can stop my praise. This praise without limit, and I can't even help it, 'cause the Holy Spirit moving. I'm speaking in tongues and I'm jumping around when I see them demons tumbling down. I'm so glad to be a living sacrifice. Lord, I thank you for life. Look how I'm dancing. Look how I'm praising. Look how I'm shouting with my highest praise. And I'm all in. Hallelujah. 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 With my two hands in the air and I'm going on and on.
All right, so I'm back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. I am back with you. I want you to join me on the live. We're dealing with this Valley and Watson Duke situation. So Everybody want to hear what Vanus James had to say. Let's go to Mr. Vanus James. Let's listen to what Mr. Vanus James had to say on the news yesterday about this whole situation. All right? Listen to what he had to say.
Can't get enough, Lord, I live to worship you.
Up to today, to the prayers involved. It is possible, and we are moving to put a prop. I can say to you and the people of Tobago that having spoken in the last week up to today to the prayers involved, it is possible, and we are moving to put a proper solution in place on behalf of people of Tobago.
Dr. James has said the proper process must be instituted, as at this time the customary political leader of a party being the chief secretary is not the case in this instance.
Not just settlement between Farley and Watson. Proper processes put in place to ensure that the political leader of the PDP can lead properly both the party and the government from the perspectives of the interests of the people of the people. And we can put a proper set of systems in place in the government so that that is possible and Farley could still lead the government.
Dr. James said he has spoken repeatedly with Mr. Duke and Mr. Augustine.
I communicated with them online and communicated with them on the phone and so on. As you know, David Duke is not in Tobago now. Farley is in Tobago. He didn't meet with me on Tuesday, but he communicated with me earlier in the week. And the commitment is basically the same on both sides.
He said Mr. Duke is committed to a resolution in the matter.
I had independent virtual engagements with both Farley and with Watson. I just came off the phone talking to Watson this minute, for example. So, and remember, Watson is political leader of the party. So that's the key person that, and the source of all of this imbroglio. So that's the key person you have to get to move, to put the process in place that we need. His commitment is there, and we're going to get it over.
Dr. James is hoping to have a face-to-face meeting with both men soon. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
All right. So I don't understand. All this resolution that people trying to put on and put forward to try to make us believe that, hey, things are different, things working out, but then it's not making any sense to us. It is not making any sense. If anybody could make it make sense, we will appreciate it. But Dr. Vanus James on the PDP fiasco is not making any sense to us. I don't know if it's making sense to you, Trinidad and Tobago, but it's not making any sense to me. But we're going to continue the discussion, and we're going to continue to hear. Let's listen to this news report last night on what Mr. Watson Duke said.
And so today, in an effort to continue that fight, to put people before politics, I have decided to resign immediate effect from the Tobago House of Assembly. I wish not to be part of Farley and his gang. I will not be part of an executive run by a child and his friends who doesn't understand what it is to serve and servitude.
PDP leader Watson Duke said he would not sit at the Assembly chamber next to Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and his team, adding that a new political party is being formed by Mr. Augustine.
I must tell you, my intelligence have reported to me that Farley and friends have already formed a party with their own symbol. And it's just a matter of time for it to be registered. I can say to him now, instead of looking to fight, you may want to register your party. Because when Watson Duke moves away, he carries the PDP with him.
In his resignation letter, dated September 15th, Mr. Duke said he has lost all confidence in Mr. Augustine. Meantime, during the media conference, Duke predicted who his replacement as Deputy Chief Secretary would be.
they will find someone else to put there as chief secretary. And I can tell you who the next person is going to be as chief secretary. All right? They're going to put Dr. Faith B. Israel as deputy chief secretary. All right? That's what they're going to do. So, I mean, I'm glad for them.
Duke said he will reserve a day to treat with Mr. Augustine.
Liar. I could tell you much more, but I'll have a day reserved for the sins of her.
Yeah.
You know who he really is and how it wasn't about just simple food and the folk group. It was about a man or a boy trying to be a man. And I'll tell you more about him so you'll know him and not mistake him for a gentleman.
Duke claimed that taxpayer dollars are spending lavishly in Tobago while people are hungry.
They kept a big carnival gala event, fireworks, etc. Approximately 2 million free event. It was good, it's nice. But juxtaposition that against 27 people in New York wanting to eat. That's all. Juxtaposition that over parents who can afford to buy school books. Juxtaposition that over people who can't eat.
With big contracts for Trinidad contractors.
In Tobago now, the small people, they are made to tender for small projects. While he's giving out big projects, $25 million, King Peter's Bay Road, some little small driveway they want to make for somebody. $25 million to a contractor who is not from Tobago. That's all I will say. $60 million in contract again, sole select, to a contractor who is not from Tobago.
Duke is calling on the police and the Airports Authority to investigate the chief secretary. Duke's new focus is to contest elections in Trinidad, starting with the local government elections.
I don't fight children.
Before we reach there, Dukey boy, before we reach there, you are hearing the alleged corruption that Dukey is saying Fali is involved in. Oh yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, you take flambeau in the day to see. I don't understand. What you could have see clear? Why will you take flambeau? What it is going on? So all the things that Vanessa James tell us about, that it will come to applicable agreement and we will resolve it, and I just came off the phone with the both of them, and all of that is PR. You heard what's in you, Claire. Find a name for your party. Because when I move just like that. With my name. You understand? When I move with my name, you can't say one word, Fally boy, because it's my party. But interestingly, he made a statement about Fally and businessmen. Isn't that the same statement the young lady would have made about Fally? Isn't that the same statement that Fally is saying that if his name is called in anything, he has his lawyer, his court close ready? Let's listen.
$1 million in contract again, sole select, to a contractor who is not from Tobago.
Duke is calling on the police and the Airports Authority to investigate the chief secretary.
What is that? Wolia, come on, man. Better than that. What really going on? How it is? The political leader of a party is calling on the police to investigate the chief secretary of the said party that he owns and he is the leader of. And we must sit here and say nothing. We must sit here and pretend as though those things are not being said. Olia, wake up, you know. Wake up. think about it. Let me remind all you. And I will remind all you. Remember the Caller Heart issue? Remember when Dr. Rowley would have said what he said about Caller Heart? Remember that? And then Mr. Manning had to deal with Caller Heart and Dr. Rowley. You all remember that? You all remember how the UNC and the People's Partnership would have campaigned to try to get rid of Mr. Manning because of allegations that what Mr. Dr. Rowley would have made? Oh, let us forget, boy. How all of a sudden now nothing is happening. No, it could still work. It could still work. How could a man, listen to the question, you know, a political leader of a party is accusing the man that he has put as the chief sec of wrongdoing. The man who owned the party is pulling away from Fali and his children, he said, and nothing is wrong. There's no constitutional issue. Olia, wake up, Wake up. A man call it glad man, you know. Only forget, it's had a brother called this type of governance glad man, you know. Could you all remember that? Or let's forget already. What is really going on? What really going on? What we doing in Trinidad and Tobago? What we accepting Trinidad and Tobago? So, Fali.
Duke's new focus is to contest elections in Trinidad
while he's giving out big projects, $25 million, King Peter's Bay Road, some little small driveway they want to make for somebody, $25 million to a contractor who is not from Tobago. That's all I will say. $60 million in contract again, sole select, to a contractor who is not from Tobago.
Duke is calling on the police and the Airports Authority to investigate the Chief Secretary. Duke's new focus is to contest elections in Trinidad, starting with the local government elections.
I don't fight children. I don't fight people under my level. Afal is not on my level. I decided to take on a fight now with the People's National Movement, a more direct fight, a fight for Port of Spain.
Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News. Thank you very much, Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News. We yet to hear from Chief Sec Fali. Yeah, I want to hear a press conference from the Chief Secretary. What really going on? Clear your name. Well, we needed to clear your name and come back. You hear what I'm saying? Clear your name and come back. Because this is not sounding good, and it is not looking good. Trinidad and Tobago. Glad man. The man call it glad man governance. Glad man behavior. Will you remember that? Well, you don't remember? Well, I am here to refresh your memory. Hear what they call it. Hear what this man call it. Hear what he call it.
What we really have there now is gladmanship.
Hey!
Gladmanship about an office. Not the burden of the office, you know. Because to lead a nation, to lead a story, you have to be able to carry the burden of responsibility. It's a huge burden. It is not a jokey thing.
You hear what the man say? You heard what the man say? Gladmanship. That's what we have in Tobago. Gladmanship. Oh yeah. But you know what? I want to remind Tobagonians of what they let go. If you're from Tobago, join Money Live, you know. Tell somebody from Tobago to come on the Street 919 FM Facebook page and YouTube page. Come on, share the live. Jump on the live quick. I want to show you this before I open up the phone lines. Jump on the live. Come on the live. Let me show you what Tobago run. What Tobago get rid of. What Tobago didn't appreciate. You want to see it? Come and see it. Let me talk the things them. Listen to this.
After 2 years in office, the Kelvin Charles-led administration boasts of making much progress. In fact, this administration favors the popular local saying, performance beats all talk every time. Charged with the task of straddling the offices of Chief Secretary and Secretary of Education, Innovation and Energy, Honorable Kelvin Charles continues to diligently steer the ship of the current THA administration. One of this administration's major successes has been the effective transformation of the Studley Park quarry. After years of inefficiency and low productivity, steps were taken by Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles under the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment to convert the quarry to a special purpose company, the Studley Park Enterprise Limited, which is now fully owned by the Tobago House of Assembly. To date, the quarry has experienced close to a 400% increase in distribution in aggregate. Further to this, the Barbados Bay Jetty has also been commissioned, and this has opened the doors for Tobago to engage in profitable exportation of its high-quality and high-demand armor rock. However, the transformation of the Studley Park quarry was not the only feat for the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment, spearheaded by Secretary Kwesi Devines. Other areas of achievement include the completion of the dual-lane Lambo River Bridge and the completion and commissioning of the Smithfield Connector Road Phase 1. Upon coming into office, the Kelvin Charles-led administration earmarked agriculture as one of the drivers to diversify the Tobago economy. Under the leadership of Secretary Hayden Spencer, the development of agricultural access roads has been high on the agenda, and to date, 50% of these roads are completed, with another 50% under construction. In addition to this, the Youth Apprenticeship Program in Agriculture YAPA has shown tremendous growth, as the 2018 cohort of graduates was the largest ever. It is only wise that in times of scarcity, one must make the most of one's resources. Whilst this administration has been challenged with providing adequate housing stock for all housing requests, the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities, spearheaded by Secretary Clarence Jacob, has provided grants and subsidies for home improvement to the tune of $4.4 million. However, by the end of the second quarter in 2019, a total of 21 housing units would have been distributed at Blenheim and Adventure Phase 2, Plymouth. Just as one builds a house block by block, so too shall we build Tobago community by community. These were the words of Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles as he came into office, and so the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labour has increased its efforts in building capacity in the communities under the stewardship of Secretary Marcelin Melville Jack. Enrollment on the Vocational Skills Training Program recorded a 37% increase from the previous year, and the 2018 graduating class was the largest thus far, with 1,059 graduates. Additionally, the division recently commissioned a new state-of-the-art community centre in the village of Belgarden. And in the interest of fostering an entrepreneurial environment in Tobago, a total of $1.9 million has been distributed in business loans and grants. As one of the most beautiful islands on this side of the hemisphere, it is imperative that Tobago differentiates itself in the tourism industry. Under the stewardship of Secretary Nadine Stewart Phillips, the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, through its Tobago Tourism Agency, rebranded Destination Tobago as Tobago Beyond Ordinary. Further to this, successful negotiations have also resulted in new airlift to Tobago from Canada's Sunwing Airlines. As the administration grapples with changing global and national economic trends and circumstances, Secretary Joel Jack has had the task of spearheading the Division of Finance and the Economy. Under his watch, The Investment and Public-Private Partnership Unit, created to foster a more integrated approach to capital planning, was set up. The division also hosted several programs and initiatives, all geared towards promoting and fostering financial awareness, literacy, and security. It's often said, your health is your wealth, and Secretary Agatha Carrington has been tasked with the responsibility for health, wellness, and family development. Under her guidance, the division has embarked on the first ever epidemiological study of breast cancer in Tobago, a partnership with Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey and Washington University School of Medicine. There was also the start turning for the construction of the Mariah Health Center, and 2018 also saw the commissioning of the Stroke and Diabetes Foot and Ankle Center, as well as the Community Residence for Children. As this administration promotes the importance of health, it also recognizes the importance of sport and youth development. Spearheaded by Secretary Jomo Pitt, the Division of Sport and Youth Affairs has launched a facilities management program to improve sport infrastructure across the island. There was also completion to Phase 1 of the LED lighting upgrades and the timer system at the Signal Hill, Bonaccord, Buku, and Mason Hall hard courts. Turning to the Division of Education, Innovation and Energy, operating under the leadership of Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles. 2018 saw the commissioning of the Teachers Professional Center at Marden House. There was also the introduction of the Jollyphonics Literacy Program in primary schools, as well as the introduction of instructional coaches in primary schools to tackle issues of literacy and numeracy. The commissioning of the new Scarborough RC School and the hosting of the 15th Annual Cancade Conference also took place under the division. 2 years have passed and another has begun. So what would this Kelvin Charles-led administration like to see for the future of Tobago? With the various developments and initiatives taking place, Tobago is poised to enter into a new realm of progress. According to Chief Secretary Charles, his vision for Tobago continues to include a people instilled with values of selflessness, equity, integrity, hard work, volunteerism, openness and accountability, and a society that is fair, stable and equitable for all residents of Tobago.
So I don't know what you think. I don't know what is your thoughts, but Trinidad and Tobago, that is what Tobagonians would have given up. But let's hear what they had to say. Tobagonians had a lot to say on television. So let's hear what they have to say, right? Let's hear what Tobagonians have to say. I want you to listen to what Tobagonians had to say, and boy, I don't know. But that is what they gave up, and this is what they complain about. Listen to this CPEP worker that Fali would have boasted about raising CPEP workers' salary. But listen to this. Listen.
He's trying. Yeah, and watch the amount of money he wants 700 and she's taking them 400,000. Everybody, that people are just suffering, you know. Look, we got little raise up here and they still cutting back down on the shoulders, and everybody understand. Why is he applying that pressure on the chief sec? And far as I am concerned, he's not hearing at all. He's not hearing at all because he ordered Trinidad run about the place running and thing and seen about nothing for Tobago. Nonsense.
I figure Mr. wasn't you. He is the leader, but I figure he overpower him and want to figure he's the boss, but he's not the boss. He had to wait because he used some word on the TV. And I find that is wrong.
I want to know what is the position for the area that you never around doing nothing for the area, just traveling and then making noise and then Fally trying the best still. So that my concern we're doing for the area.
2 man rat can't live in a one hole. So the big man rat go want to run out the little man rat, right? So with me, they're supposed to get together behind closed doors and settle out their business.
It's not looking good at all.
not looking good at all. A little place like Tobago, you know, that we go up in the love and this morning we wake up and it was so hurt, you know, it was so hard hurting everybody, you know, just keep crying out. You know, look at everybody else, you're crying but like I said, the only body can have the situation that's going on is Almighty God.
What is your best recommendation to both men?
I would have been so happy if peace could have come between them, but it's very hard.
All right, still.
She would have liked peace to come between the both of them, but it is very hard. Only listening. After I played all what I played about Kelvin Charles and all that they were doing in Tobago, and not Kelvin Charles alone, but it's the People's National Movement were doing in Tobago. People in Tobago now. I hope you all heard what the CPEP man had to say, you know. Because I don't know if you all remember, in Fall, he talk about CPEP. I know people in Trinidad begging him. But listen to this one. I want to listen to this one more time.
Yeah, and watch the amount of money he wants 700 and the chief give them 400,000. Everybody, that people are just suffering, you know. Look, we got little raise up here and they still cut it back down $3. Everybody understand.
You hear that? They cut them back down $3. They get a little raise up pay, but they cut them back down $3, and they know he understand. He understanding. The man claiming that he understands. Wow. But that's on the streets of Tobago. Right? You heard what the streets of Tobago is saying. But you know what? Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to make sure I have it clear. This is what you all wanted to know. Listen to what you all wanted. Listen to this. Listen to this very closely. And I'm getting news coming to hand that a certain member of parliament gave up himself to the police. I'm hearing word on the ground. A little birdie whispered in my ear that a certain member of parliament under the United National Congress would have given up himself. The police is looking for him and give up himself. Very good, sir. Very good. Listen to this. And then I'm coming back. I'll open up the phone lines. I want to hear from some Tobagonians today.
This is your candidate, Watson Duke.
You have a lot of people here who like politics and they're attracted to PNM. But PNM must only attract Momo. The only kind of people the PNM must attract is Momo.
Watson Duke asked the women of Tobago to wear tongues on their face to protect themselves from COVID-19.
We had a competition, and the competition is open. I'm sure you'd have seen it on my Facebook page. So we say you can take a tongue, you can use a tongue, you can take a bra, use a bra. Some persons have already responded, have sent in their pictures. Looks totally hot, real hot by post to them.
This is how Watson Duke refers to the women of Tobago.
There's some dirty stinking girls. Fire burn all you.
Watson Duke spoke about you in the THA. Can he be trusted?
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
He promised Farley the chief secretary position.
Watson Duke is not leading the team for the Tobago Assembly elections. I am leading the team for the Tobago Assembly elections. In fact, if you have been around in Tobago, you realize that Mr. Duke has been almost very absent from the politics of Tobago.
But then he said,
Farley Shabbat Augustine, first of all, it's not like to say, well, he's ready. He's not ready for the position as chief secretary. He has a lot to learn. It's not a walk in the park. We can't have no pie in the sky and feel he has achieved it already.
Can Farley really trust him?
Vote Biden. Vote Biden. Vote Biden.
The end.
Tobago, 3420081, 3420081, 771-1791, 771-1791, and 466-5391. So you can send your voice notes to 771-1791, 771-1791, and 466-5391.
I think I being puzzled with all this thing. Isn't it not PDP went up for election? Isn't it PDP that won the election with 14 seats? So if Watson joke with the one-man party, go with the party, how come these people and them could go and register another party? I think this constitution of THA needs to be looked at and revamped, because the people and them didn't vote for another party. The people vote for PDP. It's just like how people voted for PNM. They were falling out, and people, and they say, well, okay, it's no longer PNM no longer taking part in this thing here. Obviously, it's back to the polls we're supposed to be going, because it's PNM party we voted for. I think this thing is upside down. Can somebody please help me? Because I hear whole child on another frequency this morning, Tobago station, and what he was talking, I was baffled. I can't understand this thing, because he comes like he telling me I married a man, and then when I horn him, and me and he depart, me and he ain't married, and me and he I'm still married to the hip. When I don't leave him, divorce him, and go to another man. Pastor Guido, we warn them. It's good for them. So we have 3 years and 3 months with all this fiasco. It have more to come. This is just the smoke.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Google.
What's going on?
I'm fine. Just a couple of points I want to make. One, I find it very strange, right, that the Roxborough folk performers have said that they did not receive a cent from the assembly. Augustine is saying that he sent over 400,000 to them. So somebody is lying. Or what Augustine needs to do now, because to me the onus is on him, to tell the nation, and I say the nation, I am talking about Tobago alone. The nation is Trinidad and Tobago, because it is the treasury money that we're talking about here. It's not the private possession of the THA. They have an allocation, but they have to account to the people and to the treasury of Trinidad and Tobago. Augustine has to tell this country in whose name did he send this money to. You can't send money abroad to an entity. If you go into Western Union or anybody, however, whatever agency you send, wherever you're sending money overseas, it must be a name of a person. You can't send money to Roxborough folk performers. No financial agency deals with things that way. So, if Augustine is saying that he sent this $400 and something thousand to them, and they are saying on the other hand they haven't received a cent, then the onus now is on Augustine to tell this nation the name of the person to whom the money was sent. The name of the person to whom the money was sent. And if he can't do that, well, unfortunately, Fali Augustine will have to answer some questions. And the second thing is this. I am not gloating. But Tobago, my mother always used to say, when in good house, bad house is Korea. When Tobagonians knew from the very start that you had an innocent young man in Fali Augustine, apparently clean cut, but you also had as his co-pilot a man who was on 4 charges of sexual misconduct. Tobagonians know that, And they knew that when they voted for him. So, a cat born in an oven is not a bird. You can't just come now and say, we didn't know what's not. They would say, Watson would not have behaved so erratically. It's predictable. If a man is on 4 counts of rape, is rape you're talking about, a major criminal offense, and you decide that you're going to stain your finger for somebody like that, well, unfortunately, you have to take what you get. And finally, Fali Augustine cannot absolve himself from responsibility. From the time they won in December last year, Duke has hardly ever been in Tobago doing the work that he was supposed to be doing in Tobago as Deputy Chief Secretary. He's in Trinidad all the time, giving out bread on the Brian Lara Promenade, in Sealots, Beetham, Lavantil, and so on. When he's not there, well, he's gone to Dubai. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then they gone to Grenada. Now he's in New York. Carnival there, Brooklyn, Mass. No, for Augustine to now say mea culpa, I don't know anything about that. That is disingenuous. You must have been okaying that money to Duke to be gallivanting all over the place. He has to account now to the people of this country and say, why did you give him such free rein to be parading all over the place, spending taxpayers' dollars, doing nothing, and not doing the work for which he was assigned in Tobago? So, it's a very sad situation, but one, Tobagonians knew what they were getting into, and two, Fali Augustine, who didn't realize that he was just a figurehead. He was just a clean-cut, nice guy who had acceptability in the eyes of the Tobago people to be the chief secretary and not Duke. Because Duke knew if he went up and put himself as chief secretary before the election, they were going to lose. So, Mr. Clean-cut, I think you have to account to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, because it is state funds that Duke has been spending, and it must have been okayed by you as the person in charge of financial affairs in Tobago. Finally, Fali's dismissed 60s and 70-year-old people the other day. You remember? He said, go home and mind your grandbabies. But what he did, he hired Winford James, who is a 70-year-old man, and I know he's 70, because he retired from UWI in 2017, and the retirement age for lecturers in UWI is 65 years. That's 5 years ago, so Winford is 70 years. So how could you justify firing people who are 70 or 70-something, but hiring a man who is 70 years? But anyway, thanks for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good evening. You remember yesterday I asked you the question, what it is this chairman of the PDP trying to tell you? You remember that? Hello?
Yes.
I asked you that question. Now, I listen to Vanis James. Let me tell you something. They don't want to come to the realization that the blinking thing fall down. It fall down. It mash up. Duke ain't talking the truth. And Fali, he ain't talking the truth. We will never get to the bottom of this matter. And before I go, I'm sorry for the Tobagonians. You understand? And me gloating, and me happy. They didn't listen, and I hope if they have a second time around, they will sit and they will think properly before they dip their hand in any ink. And before I go, I want to hear one assemblyman from that assembly. I want to hear Pastor Bean. I want to hear what Pastor Bean has to say about Duke and this whole issue. Mr. Bean, and I know you're listening. You know why? As a pastor, you surprise me. And I hold all your utterances during the campaign. I want to hear what you, Pastor Bean, have to say. I'm listening later.
And some people going to ask you,
why you're talking about PSA if it's a THA election. I am simply saying to the people of Tobago, if a man totally destroyed a union, you're giving him the THA to manage? I am saying if you have your daughter or your son, and your son crash, or your daughter crash your B15, when they come home, you're telling them, hey, take the Porsche, take the key for the Porsche and go. I am saying if you have a rat as a pet, and you put the rat to watch the cheese, and the rat eat out the cheese, you're giving the rat the keys to your cheese factory. So I'm saying to the people of Tobago, and I said it before, where you are see at daytime, not take bully faith for go look for him at night.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
I just want to say that there are consequences, and I'm saying to the people of Tobago, you all will give me a lot of messages. You all will give me a lot of guidance and information, but there are consequences when you make the mistake. Let me share with you what Section 22(1) of the THA Act says, and I want you to listen well. The Assembly, Section 22(1) of the THA Act, that's the law. The Assembly shall continue for 4 years. You hear that?
Wow.
And then stand dissolved. You hear that? Wow. Unless the Assembly, by resolution, dissolves itself. You hear that? Wow. At an earlier date. You hear that? So, whatever you do, that Assembly stands for 4 years. That's the law. Unless the assemblymen in the Assembly vote and say that they want an election, an earlier date of election. Section 22(1). So when they make a noise and say, we want election, that doesn't happen by that. You don't spend a coin for that. There are laws that govern things. Let me read it again for you. The Assembly shall continue for 4 years and shall then stand dissolved unless the Assembly, by resolution, dissolves itself at an earlier date. You understand that? So there are consequences when you make those kinds of mistakes. Thank you very much, Pastor.
Wow. Well, it leads to leave me to play this.
But you know, there's a saying we like to use in Tobago, that when you're in good house, sometimes bad house does call you. And I want to say to the people of Tobago that the PNM house is the only stable house.
Wow. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google. In the clip that you said, the political leader is accusing his fired deputy of serious misconduct.
Real serious thing.
Serious. And he also called on the police investigation.
Yes.
I just hope that the police and them department that does that sort of thing, like CID or whatever branch of the police service, has paid Watson Duke a visit to get the necessary information and to provide the acting COP with those information. So when you, Pastor Google, talking to the acting COP, he could play the on it and say whether it was mischief or whether it have something there to be investigated, and he and his boys and him is working on it. Because we just got in a blind eye to things like that. Duke is the PDP political leader, and he's saying that there's serious corruption with his fired deputy. And on top of that, we need to get the air clear on that US trip and the payout of the maxi taxi drivers in Tobago. There's a lot of things that Fali have done, and it's not above board that the average citizen and taxpayer is not clear on, that we need answers to. And I am telling Trinidad and Tobago, Fali, that squeaky clean that we all think he is, And for Watson Duke, who knows the master of the art of swindling, well, let me pull that, I don't want to get radio station and problem. But the art of dealing with things like that, especially what he did with PSA, collect his money, retire, collect his money, but still holding the reins of the PSA thing then, use the same money to spend it to Billy Party and to launch his party, which Farley was a part of. And when the media asked Farley, where is the money coming from? One was just full basket. That's what I'm telling all you. I ain't trust none of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
A small driveway they want to make for somebody. $25 million to a contractor while he's giving out big projects. $25 million. King Peters Bay Road. Some little small driveway they want to make for somebody. $25 million to a contractor who is not from Tobago. That's all I will say. $60 million in contract again. Sole select to a contractor who is not from Tobago.
Duke is calling on the police and the airports authority to investigate the chief secretary. Duke's new focus is to contest elections in Trinidad, starting with the local government election.
People, they are made to tender for small projects while he's giving out big projects. $25 million. King Peters Bay Road. Some little small driveway they want to make for somebody. $25 million to a contractor who is not from Tobago. That's all I will say. $60 million in contract again. Sole select to a contractor who is not from Tobago.
Duke is
calling what?
Calling on the police and the airports authority to investigate the chief secretary.
I am leaving this building. You see that? See that alone? You see that whole conversation? Moi ain't getting involved. You know why? I do partner. Me ain't getting involved. I ain't getting. You know how to get involved in? Who is the politician on the opposition side that gave up himself to police today? That's what I want to know, number one. Number two, the youth man, there's a news report of a man get locked up in foreign for what? Interfering with little children, a little boy, and the family asked him to resign from the company. Hey, we ain't that in the news, boy. Who is this businessman who was caught outside of Trinidad and Tobago interfering with a little boy? A little boy, DJ Andy?
A little boy.
A little boy. Andy, if he was in Trinidad and he had done that,
you will not hear nothing.
Okay then. But you go in America with your bad ways and you get catch. And let me tell you, it's not alleged anymore, because the family in the report in the newspaper is saying to him, time for you to resign, brother, because you have dropped the standards of the company.
No, but the question is how long he doing it and he didn't get catch.
When dogs suck an egg, I go. You're laughing. Have a good weekend. Trinidad and Tobago talk to you guys on Monday. Please God. New developments will come in place. But who is the opposition person who gave up themselves today?
Let's go pay some bills on the street. 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the street. 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife, Nikki Garcia, for the Bible study every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mark chapter 16, verse 15 says, "Go into all the world and preach this gospel for every creature, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation."
The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch. Our 60th independence celebrations continue with the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch competition. Come out and see TNT's Calypso Heavyweights vie for the grand prize of $200,000. Look out for the semifinals on September 17th at Napa River Bowl, San Fernando, and the finals on September 25th at the Grandstand, Queens Park, Savannah. Who will take the crown of the Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch? For more info, contact the Tuco head office at 623-9660 or follow us at Forging Forward TT on Facebook and Instagram. The Diamond Jubilee Calypso Monarch.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Good, that boat I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat I look like it's as well.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the Street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance, beat all talk.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM. Welcome